Have you ever wondered, could the very foods you've trusted your whole life as being good for the brain actually be the silent culprits pushing you toward the risk of stroke in your sleep? It sounds unbelievable, but this reality is happening more often than we think. Picture this. It's evening. You're sitting in your cozy living room, reading glasses perched on your nose, your warm voice narrating a bedtime story to your grandchild. The room glows softly under golden light, filled with the sound of cheerful laughter. Everything feels peaceful until suddenly your voice catches. The words no longer come out. The hand holding the book drops heavily, powerless to lift again. Your grandchild's eyes widen in shock, watching helplessly as you find yourself trapped inside your own body. This isn't a scene from a tragic movie. It's the harsh reality that brain doctors witness in emergency rooms every single day. Older adults, careful, disciplined, even lifelong healthy eaters, can still collapse in an instant. And the pressing question is, why? The answer lies in the silent changes that come with age. Blood vessels lose flexibility, metabolism shifts, and medications for heart disease, blood pressure, or diabetes can unintentionally interact in dangerous ways. Sometimes, even eating too well, suddenly overloading on nutrient-rich foods, can become a burden on the brain. And at night, when blood pressure dips, hormones fluctuate, and clotting becomes harder to control. These factors combine like a trap, leaving the brain vulnerable to crisis. But here's the truth. You don't have to live in fear. In fact, there are simple, practical foods and eating habits that can nourish your brain, strengthen your memory, and most importantly, lower your risk of these silent nighttime strokes. So, what are the foods that truly deserve a place in your daily diet? Let's move forward and discover the 10 essential allies for your brain foods that, when used wisely, can build a strong shield to protect your memory and mental health. The brain constantly needs a steady supply of energy, and one of the most reliable sources comes from humble legumes. Unlike the quick sugar rush from candy, which spikes your energy, and then crashes complex carbohydrates in beans, release glucose slowly, like a gentle stream, nourishing the brain throughout the day. The benefits don't stop there. Legumes are rich in folate, vitamin B9, a nutrient essential for memory, concentration, and the production of neurotransmitters. People low in folate often feel tired, forgetful, and even slip into low moods. Left unchecked, folate deficiency over time can raise the risk of cognitive decline and depression. A single serving of cooked beans, about half a cup daily or a few times a week, is enough to supply steady nutrition. Lentils in soups, chickpeas in salads, or a spread of hummus on whole grain bread are all simple, delicious ways to fit legumes into your meals. For best digestion, soak beans overnight before cooking. This helps reduce compounds that cause bloating and boosts nutrient absorption. For most people, beans are a quiet ally that keeps memory sharp and mood steady. But those with gout or sensitive digestion should enjoy them in moderation and consult a doctor before increasing intake. Who would guess that a sprig of cool green mint could become a key to better memory? Its secret lies in its nutrients, vitamin A, which supports learning and brain flexibility, and vitamin C, a shield against age-related cognitive decline. Even the scent of mint carries unique power. Research shows that simply inhaling peppermint aroma can sharpen alertness, speed up typing accuracy, and boost short-term recall. When the body lacks vitamins A and C, the brain loses sharpness, short-term memory weakens, fatigue sets in, and focus slips. Over time, this increases the risk of dementia and other neurological disorders. On the flip side, overusing peppermint oil can trigger irritation or digestive upset, so moderation is key. Practical ways to enjoy mint are simple. Sip a warm cup of peppermint tea in the evening, toss fresh leaves into salads, or add a drop of essential oil to a diffuser while you work. Just 1 to 2 cups of tea or a handful of fresh leaves daily is enough to reap the benefits. Those with acid reflux or allergies to essential oils should take extra care and consult a physician before regular use. For most, though, mint is like a refreshing breeze for the mind cleansing, clarifying, and helping the brain stay sharp and agile. If there's one everyday vegetable that deserves the spotlight for brain health, it's broccoli. Behind its crisp green florets lies a powerhouse of nutrients: vitamin C, vitamin K, beta-carotene, iron, calcium, fiber, and antioxidants, all working together to shield the brain from free radicals, the silent culprits of early aging and neurodegeneration. What makes broccoli truly unique is its vitamin K content. This nutrient helps build sphingolipids, a special type of fat that makes up the brain's cell membranes, acting like insulation on electrical wires to keep nerve signals firing smoothly. Without enough vitamin K, memory can falter, confusion sets in, and the risk of dementia climbs. On top of that, broccoli is rich in potassium, which supports steady communication between the brain and the body. Just 1 cup of lightly steamed or sautéed broccoli a few times a week can make a real difference. The key is to avoid overcooking. Too much heat strips away the nutrients. For those with thyroid concerns, moderation is wise, since cruciferous vegetables may interfere with thyroid function when eaten in excess. And it's not just broccoli. Its cruciferous cousins, cauliflower and Brussels sprouts, offer similar benefits. Think of these vegetables as natural brain boosters, helping you stay sharp, alert, and even supporting recovery after neurological stress. Beets are more than just eye-catching. They act like an extra bloodstream for your brain. Their secret is natural nitrates, which convert into nitric oxide in the body, relaxing blood vessels and boosting circulation to key brain regions involved in focus and logical thinking. The result? A sharper, better fueled brain. Beets also deliver a rich dose of folate, vitamin B9, vital for preserving cognitive function and slowing the march of dementia. A deficiency in folate often shows up as brain fog, difficulty learning, or memory slips, and over time, even higher risk of depression. On top of that, carotenoids in beets stabilize mood, help combat stress, and guard against depressive symptoms. Whether it's a glass of fresh beet juice or a few slices tossed into a salad, just once or twice a week is enough to unlock their brain-nourishing benefits. But those with kidney stones or chronic kidney issues should be cautious, since beets are high in oxalates. Used wisely, beets become a red current, flowing steadily to the brain, sustaining clarity, memory, and resilience as the years go by. Don't underestimate tiny seeds like pumpkin or sunflower. They're like compact nutrition vaults designed for the brain. Each small handful provides a powerful trio: protein, omega fatty acids, and B vitamins, the foundation for steady nerve energy, neurotransmitter production, and memory support. Seeds also contain tryptophan, which the brain converts into serotonin, your natural mood stabilizer, that helps ease anxiety and lift depression. Zinc, another key mineral in seeds, acts as a memory key, sharpening concentration and logical thinking. Without it, forgetfulness, sluggish reflexes, and long-term cognitive decline can creep in. About 30 grams, a small handful, of lightly roasted or soaked seeds per day is ideal. Sprinkle them over oatmeal, mix into salads, or simply snack on them as a healthy alternative to chips or sweets. Opting for soaked or sprouted seeds makes their nutrients even more bioavailable. Of course, anyone with seed allergies or digestive issues should start small and consult a doctor first. But for most people, just one handful a day can act like a tiny key that unlocks sharper memory, steadier mood, and long-term brain strength. When it comes to brain-friendly foods, few are as complete as tree nuts, especially walnuts and almonds. Packed with omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids, they help maintain the structure of neuronal membranes, keeping brain signals fast and efficient. On top of that, vitamin E in nuts acts like a shield against free radicals, the hidden culprits behind neurodegeneration and cognitive decline. When the body lacks vitamin E or omega-3, the brain often shows its slower thinking, weaker short-term memory, and even heightened anxiety or stress. Left unchecked, the risk of Alzheimer's and cognitive impairment rises. But too much of a good thing has its downsides. Overeating nuts can cause bloating, indigestion, or unwanted weight gain, since they're calorie-dense. The sweet spot? Just a small handful, 25 to 30 grams per day. Soak them overnight to reduce phytic acid, which blocks mineral absorption. Then enjoy them plain, tossed in salads, mixed with yogurt, or sprinkled over oatmeal. For most people, nuts are food for memory, small, humble, yet powerful allies in keeping the mind sharp year after year. Those with nut allergies or sensitive digestion, however, should proceed with caution. Though technically a pseudo-grain, quinoa has earned its place as a superfood for the brain. Each tiny seed carries complex carbohydrates that deliver a steady stream of glucose, the brain's favorite fuel, without the highs and crashes of refined sugar. Add in iron, which transports oxygen to the brain, and B vitamins, which regulate mood and protect blood vessels, and you have a true powerhouse. When iron or B vitamins are lacking, fatigue, brain fog, irritability, and poor memory often follow. Over time, chronic oxygen shortage in the brain can raise the risk of neurodegeneration. A modest portion, about half a cup of cooked quinoa daily, or a few times per week, is all you need. Soak it overnight to remove bitter-tasting saponins that can irritate digestion. Swap it for rice, toss it in salads, or make a warm morning porridge. Those with sensitive digestion should start small. For most people, quinoa is the golden grain that fuels steady memory, sharp focus, and emotional balance. Think of the brain as a finely tuned engine, and fat as the oil that keeps it running smoothly. Avocados, with their creamy green flesh, are packed with monounsaturated fats, good fats that boost blood flow to the brain, lower bad cholesterol, and enhance the absorption of other antioxidants. The result? Neurons stay resilient against oxidative stress. Avocados also provide vitamin E, vitamin K, and potassium. The triple force that protects nerve cells, stabilizes signal transmission, and lowers stroke risk. Without enough potassium or vitamin E, the brain tires easily, clarity fades, and memory becomes unreliable. Just half an avocado a day added to salads, spread on whole grain toast, or blended into smoothies is enough. But moderation matters. Too much can lead to excess calories, weight gain, or stomach upset. Anyone on blood-thinning medication should check with a doctor first, since avocados contain vitamin K. In its simplicity, the avocado acts like a soft shield for the brain, nourishing memory while guarding against the hidden storms of aging. Few small packages carry as much power as blueberries. Their deep blue-purple color comes from flavonoids, potent antioxidants that shield brain cells from oxidative stress, one of the leading drivers of early aging, Alzheimer's, and dementia. These compounds also enhance communication between neurons, making information flow faster and more accurately. When antioxidant defenses are low, you'll often notice slipping short-term memory, difficulty focusing, or mental fatigue. Over time, the damage accumulates, raising the risk of cognitive decline. Just half a cup of fresh or frozen blueberries a day can make a difference. Toss them into yogurt, sprinkle over oatmeal, or blend into a smoothie. Stick with whole berries, fresh or frozen, since sugary juices or jams strip away the fiber and much of the benefit. Even those with diabetes can enjoy blueberries, as long as they keep an eye on portions. For most people, blueberries are the silent gatekeepers of memory, tiny, sweet, but mighty enough to keep the brain sharp and youthful. Coconut oil stands out as a unique alternative fuel. Its secret lies in medium-chain triglycerides, MCTs, fats that are quickly converted into energy. This gives the brain a steady energy supply, even when glucose metabolism slows with age or insulin resistance sets in. Coconut oil also fights inflammation, helps regulate blood pressure and blood sugar, and improves cholesterol balance. Since brain health is tied directly to heart and circulation health, these effects work in tandem. Emerging studies even point to coconut oil's potential role in preventing Alzheimer's and dementia. But moderation is key. Too much can raise calories and blood lipids. The ideal amount is 1 to 2 tablespoons a day, used for light sautéing, blended into soups, or even stirred into morning coffee. Those with heart disease should consult a doctor before long-term use. In the right measure, coconut oil is like a drop of tropical sunshine, small, but enough to energize and protect memory, keeping the brain clear and resilient through the years. After walking through 10 powerful foods, one truth becomes clear. There is no single silver bullet that can protect the brain on its own. Memory, clarity, and focus aren't built from one fruit or one meal, but from a steady process of long-term nourishment. Every food you add to your plate, whether it's a warm bowl of lentil soup, a glass of beet juice, a few creamy slices of avocado, or a handful of fresh blueberries, is like a brick, quietly building a fortress around your brain. These choices don't just give you sharper focus today, they also help reduce the risk of cognitive decline and stroke tomorrow. The best part is, you don't need to overhaul your entire diet overnight. Small, simple swaps, adding cruciferous veggies to dinner, replacing sugary snacks with a handful of nuts, or using coconut oil instead of refined oils, are enough for your brain to start feeling the difference. Think of caring for your memory as a long-term investment. The more patient you are, the greater the reward. And if you found these insights helpful, share them with others, because knowing how to protect the brain is a gift not only for today, but also for the years to come.